And the pitch is hit in the air to left and deep. Hey, get up! Get out of here!
Well, it's been a long time, but the Brewers are back. We got the crew from Milwaukee and we're
from the greatest baseball city in the world, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hello, everybody. It's me, Mr. Brewtown. I am back, baby. We are back. Milwaukee Brewer baseball tonight. The Brewers and Cardinals from Miller Park. It's going to be a great game. Brent Suter is on the mound. The big left-hander's 2-1 and a 2.40 ERA. He'll take on the St. Louis Cardinals right-handed pitcher Luke Weaver, who's 0-1 and a 4.50 ERA. That game time is tonight at 7:10 Central Time right here in the greatest baseball city in the world, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Miller Park. This is game 109 on the season. It's home game number 57. Now, the Brewers, they won last night. They beat the Cardinals, and, the whole state of Wisconsin was celebrating. We hate the Cardinals. I think everybody outside of St. Louis hates the Cardinals. Last 5 games are 2-3. The last 10 games are 4-6. Home record so far this season is 30-26. Their road record is 26-26. Now this is Game 5 of a 6-game homestand. They took on the Cubs. Didn't do well against the Cubs. Was a little disappointed. Went 1-2. St. Louis so far, they're 1-0. Following this homestand, the team takes a 5-game road trip to Tampa Bay for 3 games, and then Minnesota for 2 games. So the Brewers, man. People are now talking nationwide, worldwide about the Milwaukee Brewers. I talk about the Milwaukee Brewers every day. But now people are saying, hey, what's going on with the Brewers? How come the Brewers are doing well? The Brewers are never supposed to win. The Brewers are never supposed to have a good season. That's what I get. It's just a combination of a lot of things. Craig Counsell, who I've been very critical of, I think he's made a lot of mistakes. I think he's missed a lot of things, but that was just inexperience. Craig Counsell wasn't trained to be a manager or a coach. He was trained more to be upstairs, making decisions, bringing players in, and from what I understand, he did a pretty good job in that limited time that he was working with Doug Melvin. He moved downstairs into the dugout. Now I think he's figured it out. I think he's now got that feel, and I think the players are looking at him and saying, you know what, we're buying into what this guy's saying. Now, they've struggled a little bit after the All-Star game, but every team does. Every season, every team will go through a period where they're just not playing up to their capabilities, and I think that's what's happening to the Milwaukee Brewers. But otherwise, the Brewers, man, everybody's talking about it. Let's take a look at some of the news and notes for your Milwaukee Brewers. On Monday, the Brewers reacquired right-handed pitcher Jeremy Jeffries from Texas in exchange for Taylor Scott. It's his 3rd stint with Milwaukee. He was on the team back in 2010 and then 2014 through 2016, and then he was traded to Texas last August 1st as part of a 5-player deal. It was all part of that Jonathan Lucroy trade. He has gone 9-3 with a 2.38 ERA and 27 saves in 158 games as a Brewer. Now, Jeffress served as the closer in 2016 prior to being traded to Texas. He converted 27 of 28 save opportunities. Now, he did struggle in Texas, especially this year. Texas finally gave up on him. The Brewers said, you know what, we know the guy. We think we can get him back. And you know what, if they can, man, oh man, that would be fantastic. A year ago today, the Brewers recalled Orlando Arcia from AAA Colorado Springs. Arcia is batting .254, 144 for .556 with 13 homers and 53 RBIs in 158 career games, including 309, 71 for .230, 5 homers, and 21 RBI since .518. Tonight's starter, Brent Suter, is 2-0 with a 1.50 ERA and 5 starts since joining the rotation, and he's taken the place of injured Chase Anderson. He has 4 quality starts. His 1.50 ERA ranks 4th in the major leagues during that span. The Brewers have gone 11-4 over their last 15 home games. The team has posted a 2.82 ERA during this stretch, while holding opponents to a .233 batting average. The Brewers scored 3 runs in the first inning last night, bringing their season total in the first frame to 88, which leads the majors. Overall, the Brewers have outscored opponents 88-51 in the first inning this season. The Brewers also snapped a franchise record 0-for-33 skid with runners in scoring position last night. The streak was snapped with an RBI single by Domingo Santana in the first inning. Santana also had the team's last hit with runners in scoring position before the skid. An RBI single back on June 25th in Washington. So as we said, a big game tonight. The Milwaukee Brewers will take on the St. Louis Cardinals right here in the greatest baseball city in the world, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Brent Suter is on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers. He'll take on Luke Weaver. Tomorrow, Matt Garza's back on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's 4-5 and a ERA of 3.30. He'll take on Michael Wacha, who's 8-4 and a 3.71 ERA. The pitching matchups for the Milwaukee Brewers on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday have yet to be announced. The Tampa Bay Rays will throw out 3 right-handed pitchers, so we'll wait and see. And as soon as we get that information, we'll share it with you on either Facebook and or Twitter. So as we said, I mean, nobody got the Brewers in this position. It's been a shock. It's been fun to watch. This is an exciting baseball team to watch. I mean, they're just gutsy. These guys are just going out there and having fun, and they're hustling. They're playing 100%. And as I said, I was against Craig Counsell. I'm going to change it. I wasn't against Craig Counsell being the manager. I just thought at that time there were other people that had more experience. And Craig Counsell could have come in as a coach and learned for a year or two. I think right now he's locked in. He's making better choices. He's making better decisions. And I think the players now are looking at him and saying, hey, you know what? The manager's making some good decisions. He's working well with me. And I think they've got a pretty good coaching staff that seems to be clicking this year. So that's always kind of neat and a good thing for the Milwaukee Brewers. Also, in some other notes for the Milwaukee Brewers, Kurt Neuenhuis has been basically let go by the Milwaukee Brewers, and they've decided to go back down to the minor leagues and bring up one of their bright young stars. Keenan Broxton is now back with the Milwaukee Brewers, and it just made sense. I mean, Broxton is a good little prospect, and he's got great speed. He's got good glove out there in center field, and he's going to help the team. And Neuenhuis was just not getting the job done, and he was extendable, and that's what they had to look at. So kudos to the Milwaukee Brewers, and kudos to the fans. I'd like to see more of the fans coming out, and I know that the other night they had a big crowd at Miller Park for that Brewers and Cubs series. Of course, a lot of those people were from Chicago. I still don't like to see that, but what are you going to do? I have no say in that matter. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at some of the games that are on the docket for tonight. We're also going to take a look at the standings as we stand today in Major League Baseball. We'll do that right after this short break. You're listening to The Big Show. We call it Brewtownsports.
Stomp your feet, clap your hands. You're part of the team sitting in the stands. Come see what's brewing. Come see what the good times are. Come see what the Brewers are doing. Come on and cheer a superstar. Be a believer in Brewer fever. It's fun to join in the cheering. Stomp your feet, clap your hands. You're part of the team sitting in the stands. Come catch the fever with brewing is for everyone. You'll be a believer in Brewer fever when you feel the excitement of the big home run. Stomping your feet, clapping your hands. You're part of the team sitting in the stands. Come see what's brewing, the Milwaukee Brewers. Come catch the fever with brewing is for everyone. You'll be a believer in Brewer fever when you feel the excitement of the big home run. Stomping your feet, clapping your hands. You're part of the team sitting in the stands. Come see what's brewing, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Hey, welcome back to The Big Show. We call it Brewtownsports. Look for us on Twitter and Facebook. On Twitter, it's Brewtownsports, and Facebook is Mr. Brewtown. You can also check out the Facebook group, True Blue Brew Crew. You can listen to the show at baseballtalkradio.com, Spreaker, Podomatic, Player FM, Stitcher, TuneIn, and iTunes.com. You can also catch the big show on the 405media.com, Super Live Talk and Righteous Podcast. You can email the show at mrbrewtown78 at gmail.com. And if you do, I will read them right here on the big show. Here's some of the games that are on the schedule for tonight. Across Major League Baseball, Detroit and the New York Yankees. Jordan Zimmerman on the mound for the Tigers, and Tanaka's on the mound for the Yankees. That's going to be a great game. Man, those New York Yankees, they're playing great baseball. Cleveland and Boston, that's a good game tonight. Kansas City's in Baltimore to take on the Orioles. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, I like that matchup. Washington and Miami, that's going to be a big-time game. Miami and Washington down in Miami. The Los Angeles Dodgers, who may, with that trade for Hugh Darvish the other day, may just now be the best team in Major League Baseball. They'll take on the Atlanta Braves in Atlanta. Seattle and Texas in Texas. Arizona Diamondbacks are taking on the Chicago Cubs on the north side of Chicago. And that's a good-looking game. You should check that one out if you can. St. Louis Cardinals are here in the greatest baseball city in the world. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. Tampa Bay's in Houston, taking on the Houston Astros. New York Mets are in Denver to take on the Colorado Rockies. Philadelphia's in Los Angeles, actually Anaheim, to take on the Los Angeles Angels. No longer they call themselves the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, California. It's just the Los Angeles Angels again. We'll see what they change their name to next year. Oakland is right across the bridge, taking on the San Francisco Giants in San Francisco. So you also have Toronto taking on the Chicago White Sox earlier today. Toronto won that game. I'm disappointed in my good guys on the south side of Chicago. Minnesota is currently in action against the San Diego Padres out in San Diego. So there you go. That's the games that are on the schedule and have already happened today in Major League Baseball. Let's take a look at the standings as we stand today in Major League Baseball. In the American League East, the Boston Red Sox continue to hold a half-game lead on the New York Yankees. Boston is 59-49. Now they're 4-6 in their last 10 games, but they've won 2 games in a row. The Yankees are 57-48. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games, but they lost their last game. They are a half game out. Tampa Bay is starting to play better baseball. They're 4-6 in the last 10 games, but they've got a winning record. They're 55-53. Baltimore is 52-54. Now they're 6-4 in the last 10 games, and they've won 4 games in a row. They went through about a 2-week period where they couldn't do anything. Toronto is on a nice little streak. They've won 2 games in a row. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. They're 51-57. They're 8 games back. In the Central Division, the Cleveland Indians continue to have a 2-game lead over the Kansas City Royals, who are playing great baseball right now, by the way. Cleveland is 57-48. Kansas City's 55-50. Now, Kansas City 7-3 in their last 10 games, but so is Cleveland. Now, Cleveland has lost 3 games in a row, and Kansas City's lost 2 games in a row. But Kansas City, over the last 15 games, has been playing some good baseball. Minnesota's starting to heat up a little bit. They're 3-7 in the last 10 games, but they are playing better baseball over the last 20 games, and that's huge. They're 51-54. They're 6 games back. Detroit sits at 48-57. The Chicago White Sox are 41-64. They're 16 games back. They're out of it. There's no way they can win it. It's 3-7 in the last 10 games. They've lost 2 games in a row. And the Western Division of the American League, the Houston Astros is, they're 15 games up on the Seattle Mariners. You might as well just say Houston's going to win this division. They're 69-37. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games. Seattle is playing much better baseball. They've won 4 games in a row. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. They're 55-53, but they're 15 games out. The Los Angeles Angels of Los Angeles, California, are 52-55. They're 17.5 games back, 5-5 in their last 10 games. The Texas Rangers are 50-56. That's why they traded Hugh Darvish. They said, we don't need him. We're going to end up with a losing record. The Oakland A's, who traded Sonny Gray to the New York Yankees, are 47-60. They also said, we don't need this guy. Let's just move the contract. 4-6 in their last 10 games. 22.5 games back are the Oakland A's. The National League East, the Washington Nationals, 6-4 in their last 10 games. They lost their last game. They're 63-42. They're 13 games up on the Miami Marlins, who are 6-4 in their last 10 games. They're playing good baseball. The